Hi Scorpio, this is Sandygg, and I am here doing the astrological tarot reading for the sign of Scorpio for the month of July 2020. This month we have a lot of activity in the sky and a lot of it is retrograde, so it's kind of a time to actually step back and review everything that's been happening around us and fit it into how it works for your life and how you're going to move forward from here on out. There is a little bit of a challenge in that Mars has entered Aries, and Mars rules Aries, and Aries is like the baby of the universe, the baby sign, the youngest sign. It's all about new beginnings, springtime, moving forward, which are some of its wonderful attributes. However, it's also about anger and war and impulsiveness. So with Mars, which is one of all of our personal planets, so depending on where your Mars is located on your chart, with Mars entering Aries, you may find yourself wanting to jump and do things quickly. But with everything else retrograde, it is not a good idea. So whatever your projects are going to be, which it is a good time for new projects because of Pluto and Capricorn conjunct. However, you also want to make sure you have all of the information you need to make an informed decision on when to jump in and do the project. So that being said, the first card that I pulled for you, Scorpio, is the Fool card. I love the Fool card. It kind of reminds me of a Sagittarius in that he's walking through life and he's innocent. He believes that all things are possible and understands that he has the support of the God, the universe, and all of the material things around him. And for a Scorpio right now, that's a where you are right now, where you should be. And Scorpios have a tendency to be more pragmatic and not so hopeful. But it's time for you to be in a hopeful space and move through doing the things you know you need to do in a measured way. But just trust that what you desire, you can achieve. The challenge card that I pulled for you, and I call it a challenge because I pulled the Hangman. It can be a surprise or a challenge. But the Hanged Man is all about, for me, it's about looking at things differently. He's hanging upside down, but he's not in any stress. He's got golden shoes pointing up to the intuitive, spiritual aspects. This always reminds me of when I was a kid and my brothers and I would stand on our head and look at everybody around us and think it was so funny because it looked like everyone was sitting on the ceiling. It's challenging you to take a look at the situations in your life from a different point of view. So that's what your challenge is this month. Be in hope. Know that you can achieve whatever you desire just by having faith that it can work for you and moving forward and doing the wonderful things that you do that are very precise and very pragmatic, but also to look at situations from a different perspective before you make any decisions. The process card is the Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles are about money and well-being, so Pentacles are a good card to have in the process. But this is about tending your garden. Be careful, watch your assets. Make sure that you're tending to all of the things you need to tend to, because what you sow, what you plant, you will reap. So it's time for you to be a good planter and a good tender of where it is you're going. And the outcome card is really one of my favorite outcomes. It's the Ten of Cups. Cups are about emotional, spiritual, physical well-being. The rainbow's coming down into the cups. There's a masculine arm and a feminine arm, the blending of the male and the female, the yin and the yang. The 10 is the ending number for the lower arcana, or the court card, not the court cards, but it's like a place of such extreme well-being. Things will work out in your favor. I'm not sure what's going on for you, Scorpio, but it feels as though if you can just live in hope and know that what you put in your mind you will achieve, you move forward. Let's see. You look at things from a different perspective. You tend what you're sowing. You tend what you've planted. That your outcome is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I think there's going to be a very successful outcome for the month of July for all you Scorpios out there. So I hope that was helpful, and have a wonderful, wonderful July. Happy 4th, and thank you for listening. I'll talk to you next month. Bye now.